The mantra is, men don't show their emotions. They just have to tough it out. It's not expressed enough how to be a healthy man to express their emotions, and a lot of times they just have to keep it bottled in because most of the time, either no one cares to listen, or they don't have someone who wants to care to listen. They're worried that someone around them is not going to let them be vulnerable because they just have this image of that they're just always strong, and they don't want to break that image. It's just hard to really think that they can just open up and be vulnerable because they don't want to be hurt and they don't want to be viewed as weak, because if you're viewed as weak, you're basically not even a man at that point. She had the biggest heart. She didn't care much about the scenario that you were in when it came to what you needed in the moment. My mom was more than compassionate enough to just to support you. Loyal as a stone. She was legit. I think when she lost her job, she started drinking, and that drinking, again, people use drinking kind of just numb the pain, take them out of it for a little bit. And so I think because it just hurt all the time, that she just kept drinking all the time. And over a course of a year, 2 years, she drank so much. It already wasn't in the best shape from drug abuse beforehand. So for her to do that was kind of hard to watch, and it was really frustrating. Her body was so weak at that point, and kidneys deteriorated, liver deteriorated. Any filtration organ she had was basically destroyed from fighting the sepsis. I didn't want to leave for my grandma, my sister, more than anything. But after she was taking a turn for the better, I was like, okay, I can go play in the game and come back, and she should still be okay in the hospital. And then got done with the ball game. I was going to leave that day to go back, just later that day, and then I got a call that morning that said, she took the turn for the worse, and I need to get over here as quickly as possible. I had her on life support, but she kind of kept going in and out of consciousness before that. I think she was so clocked out. Part of me thinks that she was there, but her body just, in the condition that it was, couldn't show it, that she was present. We were going to take her off life support and let her go. Right? We weren't going to just hold her on to her when there's no coming back from it. Don't try to fight what you don't want to happen. Just let it be, because it's already in your face, and there is no coming back from the damage that was done. We gave her our last remarks, and then we left the room, and they took her off life support after that. Didn't have time to get a lot for her, so we just cremated her. So she just stays in the house in a very, very pretty box. So, and then I think grandmother asked us to make sure that the box gets buried with her, because my mom would say that she would never want to leave my grandma, so my grandma would let that happen so she could be buried with her. So she asked us to, when she dies, to put the ashes in the box so she could always be with her mom. There's not too much for someone else to say, especially a teammate, because they wouldn't understand, and they know that. They're not going to try to say something. They want to help, but it's hard for them to speak. It's hard for them to not tread lightly, because it's so sensitive, and they don't want to step on the wrong eggshell or say something that might be taken the wrong way. So it's hard for a teammate to be there for them. Sometimes it's not even just listening. Sometimes it's just being it's just being a wall. Just to know it's a living person, but they're just there to keep you up. When you're in a rut and you're going through a rough time, and you don't know what your next plan is, sometimes just working, just going in any direction, and sometimes it's better than just kind of sitting there sometimes. Even if you don't know the answer, just go work, right? The answer will pop up eventually. Just because I'm working on something, either, working out, working on school, doesn't matter, just go to work, right? Just go do something productive. The mental health checkup on the side of things is probably the next big important step for a team to understand itself, especially and it's probably the most insightful for the leading coach, and probably even more insightful for the administration leading the athletics programs, is for the programs to having dedicated weeks where it's tailored to the players for them to go see a therapist. Would probably be one of the biggest, probably want to be one of the most influential jumps in making sure that student athletics can improve the lives of their student athletes. I've talked to therapists a couple times, and it's just because they help. They help get stuff off. Again, they're just a living wall, for students to get their stress off of, and they are there to help. I don't know how well we use them. I'd like to think that we, as an athletics program, emphasize that more and make those opportunities more obvious and apparent, that we should go talk to them and that they are there to help and that they can help. Another thing is you need to let help help. Let help help. If someone wants to help you, let them help you, because they're there to help you. So why make things harder on yourself? Let help help when you need help.
What does the term Auburn family mean to you?
Anybody and everybody who loves Auburn. That's what it is to me. And what that family does is that they support one another. We kind of thinking about how we're going to be able to pay for everything that, I kind of thought back about Auburn. They'll love you, they'll support you if they know, and that there's a way for them to help. And that's why I did the GoFundMe, because I knew we couldn't cover it on our own, and I figured it's better to ask for help than not say anything at all. And then, a lot of Auburn pulled through, and there were even some Alabama people who were just touched as well, and they were just sharing their message with me at that time. But Auburn really stepped up, just a lot of encouraging letters and personal experiences that I still hold on to. Letter-wise, I hold on to those letters. There's been a lot of letters I've gotten that's happened. Like, hey, Wesley, if you ever need a meal or need a place to stay, you're more than welcome to stay at my home. That's big. For someone to send you a letter and to say, hey, I have your back. If you ever need anything, you let me know, because I love you, because you're a part of my family. Every time I go out Saturday and see everyone lined up, and I talk to the people after the games, and talk to the parents and the kids after the game, and how much it means for them to have a player come up to them. It means more for me, because they appreciate what I do and want to get close. I just can't put a price tag on the fans that come out and how it feels to play in front of these people in Jordan Hare. It's magical, and I think about it every time, and I grow to appreciate it more because I know my time's limited playing in Jordan Hare. There's only a certain amount of time I get to put on an Auburn jersey, and so for me to put on an Auburn jersey and to play for these people, to know that they're going to appreciate the strain I'm giving for them, it's all worth it.